Hello, people. It's me again, David. I would like to talk to you about culture. Just culture and culture around the world, how it's changed from when we were nomadic peoples to where we are now. I mean, culture has to change in order for humanity to advance. Humanity's cultures have to change. Now, everyone's culture, whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever, is the oldest culture in the world. Though some cultures, most cultures have changed. All cultures actually have changed. Because with the introduction of each culture to a new culture, the cultures change as they interact. Here in Australia, there's an Australian culture, and that culture has changed throughout the years as new things have been brought into that culture. Now, let's take a look at the cultures. Now, multiculturalism is a cultural melting pot. Because when you have multiculturalism, your cultures are changing each time a new culture is introduced. It's changing for the good, it's changing for the bad. There is no good way to change. Some changes are smooth, some changes are brutally violent, unfortunately. There is culture shock when a new culture meets another culture, and that culture shock sometimes can lend to actions that are conducive to either culture, unfortunately. But most of the time, when cultures meet, usually they're met through trade with other peoples who have different cultures. And if it's constant, then each other's cultures will rub off on each other. There is no way around it, because it's just exposure changes a culture just by being exposed to a different culture. It is how cultures and how humanity advances its continuance on this planet. Because if you have a culture that is isolated, it stagnates, doesn't progress to where it should progress. And if you have a culture that has advanced and meets another culture that has not advanced, then that ends badly, in most cases, for the culture that has not advanced. When the other culture, it's a brutal cultural shock. Brutal. It's unfortunate, but it happens. But when cultures meet up, and when the cultural shock is finally over, the two cultures then have intermixed. They have taken bits and pieces of each other's cultures. It happens. But there's nothing wrong with it, because that is how cultures advanced, by intermixing. Every country on this earth has had different cultures. Every tribe on this earth has had different cultures. But each time another culture met another culture, the cultures advanced to where we are today. So, in a way, everyone has the oldest culture on the earth, but cultures can all have to change continuously to be viable. And that's what we get with multiculturalism. We have a continuous, viable culture that's vibrant, is lovely, can be violent sometimes, but that's just the way of the world. Because as humans, we are still mammals, even though we want to think we're above that. We're not. We have a certain tribalism that we've got to get beyond that, unfortunately. So, I say to you, embrace other cultures. Embrace them. Share your culture with them. And they may share yours with us, with you. Be peaceful and don't let each culture be, overwhelming. Meet, discuss your differences, and go, right, this is different to us, your culture is different to ours, where can we meet in the middle? Be good, be better, everything is all good. Culture needs to be mixed to advance. Thank you. Bye-bye.